Yeah, okay. Let's get this baby cranking here. Yeah, let's get this hip house hopping. Yeah. Hey, everybody, what's going on? What's hot? What's hip? What's happening? What's shaking? Welcome to Tom Gulley's Sports Spectacular for a Thursday night. We got a lot of things to update you with. The first thing we're going to do, though, is we're going to get this thing shared around to the internets like we like to do. And then we'll get this baby cranking. Hope you've had a good Thursday. Hope all your sports are going the way you want it to. And we will do our best to give you only the finest sports coverage that you can find for free on the internet on a Thursday night. And it will be spectacular. We got great stuff. We got MLB, we got NHL and NBA playoffs going on. And weird ejection today in baseball. We might talk a little bit about baseball umpires who, man, the baseball umpires need to tap the brakes on their importance to the world. I think so. And this will be a case of that. They had an article about Joe West the other day, I think on ESPN's website. You know, Joe West does things his own way. Yeah, like a D-bag. He's just a creep, man. He's like, I'm in charge around here. Look, buddy, nobody's ever once paid a ticket to see your fat rear end. Ever. Not going to happen. Now, we got some people in our chat room. I'll address those fine folks here in just a second, as soon as I'm done sharing this mess around. We got to share it around. People, they're not going to come here on their own. We got to kind of nudge them a little bit, goose them a little bit, just a little bit. Let's see, Morty Vickers here. He says, what it do, nephew? There's the lovely and talented Stephanie Lindley. She is not chopped liver. She's from Nashville. They're calling it Cashville. They got a Major League Soccer franchise. Don't kid yourself. Got an NFL team out there, too. They're doing it. They're doing it up in Nashville. It used to be inexpensive to live in Nashville. Now it's like L.A. It's crazy out there. Morty Vicker is saying hi to folks and people. Folks are people, too. Can't wait to get to this sports. Come on, let me share this thing. Let's go. We get sports going on. Let me see here. Group name's going to be... Yeah, it's fine. Anyway. Anybody's team doing better or worse than they thought? Well, I guess we'll get to that when we update you with all the scores and things happening in the world of sports. Here on a lovely Thursday evening in the mountains of Utah that I so desperately want to escape. I doubt we will be dipping into my huge archive of Kip Adada. But, we could do a lot worse, to be honest with you. Let's get that Twitter posting up. And I'll accept any of your hashtags, your sports hashtags, tonight on my Twitter posting as usual. Load them up. Load them up, Daddy. I'll be happy to see him. Okay, here we go. Live streaming sports. We got MLB. We got NHL. We got NBA. And weird ejection. I'll just put down here. Ejection. Getting kind of sick. That Angel Hernandez. God, there's certain umpires. It's just, why do they keep them for as long? I know they got a really, really, really strong union, the umpires, but man, oh man, oh man. Get them out of here. Once they've proven they just suck, you got to get rid of them. I'm being asked what jersey this is. Excellent question, Morty. This would be a Tampa Bay Lightning jersey, since the Lightning are, in fact, playing tonight against the Rangers. I'll update you on the score. I don't want to give it away. I don't want to give it away now. But they are playing. And full disclosure, I used to work for the Tampa Bay Lightning. So in their early days when they very first started. And people were saying, hockey in Florida? What? Yeah. And then we went, hey, it's like football on ice. And they all went, oh, well, yeah, we'll see that. Actually, one of the ad campaigns I did got written up in Sports Illustrated. They called it, what was it? Unbelievably violent advertising. Well, we were playing up the violence. What else are you going to do? Morty Vigor says, I thought it was, but didn't think you were an Iceman. Well, I do like the Bay Bolts, as we used to call them. Yeah, I would say that the Lightning are my favorite hockey team. Just because I worked for them, And I have very fond memories of partying with Roman Hammerlick and Chelios and Darren Pupa and Peter Klima. Man, those guys partied hard. Maybe that's why they weren't any good, but boy, did they. I still get headaches thinking about the headaches I had after hanging around with those guys. There's a place called the Hurricane in St. Petersburg. It's got like 3 levels. The top level is open. And, oh man. They get together there after some of these games. And, man. Interestingly, Darren Pupa, who was actually a pretty good NHL goaltender, it was a known thing amongst the insiders to the Lightning that his wife, man, she was a battle axe. She would really give him the business. And if she really, put the heat on him, he would not play well. So we all had to kind of be like, hey, I want to be nice to Darren, because it was great when he'd make a really great save or stop or whatever, having a great game. The whole crowd would just be going, Poopa, which is weird, yet interesting. Let's see here. I guess I could go ahead and start this. There's no real reason to wait till the top of the hour. Why don't we just go ahead and do it? Anybody got any objections to that? Hope not. Because I'm just going to start it off, man. I'm going to start it off, and we're going to do sports. Unless anybody's got a major objection. And it would have to be major. Anyway, let's get this sports spectacular underway. Here we go.
I don't care who owned the Chiefs. I hate it here. Make me sick. My allergy. Puke every time. Blah, like that. Puke.
Well, you're a goalie. You're supposed to be like that.
Somebody owned the Chiefs. We go to Florida and I get the money.
Down goes Frazier. Down goes Frazier. Down goes Frazier.
Let me answer that. That is an absolute crock of you people in the news media, all of you dwell on some negative piece of like that, and I don't know how Steve feels about it, but it just and you don't have to bleep one single word of this.
That it doesn't work for me. I gotta have more cowbell.
Hi, I'm Jim Harbaugh of the Indianapolis Colts, and I recommend that you wear a helmet while listening to the show.
Yes, the show is underway. Tom Gulley's Sports Spectacular. Welcome to the Spectacular tonight. We got a lot going on. We got some NFL football. We've got Major League Baseball to update you with and all the playoff races for there. And we've got, playoffs in the NHL and the NBA. And we will get to all of it. Plus a very weird ejection in Major League Baseball that will probably cause me to go supernova about how much I hate Major League Baseball umpires. I hope you hate them too. Hope you enjoy our new music. I was told earlier today that I think by a couple of the people in our chat room right now on YouTube, this sounds like porn music. And I thought to myself, hey, these people, they really know what I was going for. Bullseye. Anyway, let's get down to it. We've got a game in the NFL right now. I think yesterday I predicted that the Browns would beat the Bengals. They're up right now 28-16 at the end of 3. And come on. It's just call it the dumpster fire bowl. Who cares? In the NBA playoffs, Miami has jumped out to a 2-game lead over Boston, 2-0, winning tonight 106-101. Couple of tight games, but Miami still on top, 2-0. That was in Boston, by the way. We've got a game in the NHL, also a playoff game. Is it a repeat of last night? It looks like it. It might as well be. Lightning are up in that series, 3-2. Currently, the score is 1-1, just like last night. And we are in the first overtime. Man, oh man, I'm going to tell you what, right now, the Islanders should get down on their stinking, filthy knees and thank Varlamov. He has faced 43 shots. One has gotten by him. By comparison, Vasilevsky for the Lightning faced 24 shots, and one of them's gotten by him too. But the Lightning clearly pouring it on, trying to end this 7-game series. They're up 3-2 and win tonight. They are going to the Stanley Cup Finals. So we'll keep you updated on that as time goes along this evening. And go Lightning. I'm wearing my Lightning jersey. It's always good luck when I wear my Lightning jersey. Hey, you want to know who gave me this jersey for free? This actual game jersey from back in the day? Phil Esposito. Yeah. He was the president and I think general manager at the time. But he's the guy we work with directly on all the advertising. And he was a barrel of laughs. What a great guy. Now, here's the story. They had fan night, and the Lightning were playing in St. Pete at what they called the Thunderdome, and they opened up the whole place. It was meant for baseball, so there's all this extra room. They had a thing called Fanland for all the games, and they had cutouts of NHL stars, and kid could, take the puck and go in between them and shoot it in the goal. They had all sorts of competitions. They had a bounce house. They had everything. And they opened up the entire facility. I'm talking you could go out on the ice. I'm talking you could go into the locker rooms. It was amazing. So I've been working with the Lightning for a little while, and we did the funniest stuff for them. If you've ever seen a bumper sticker that says, "My other car is a Zamboni," that was created for the Tampa Bay Lightning. We did that. And a lot of other great stuff. My kid can beat up your student of the week. We had, Darren Pupa was on the highway on a billboard, and it said, "You're the only thing going by him." We had one at the airport that said, "Now boarding." There was one near a big church that said, "Do unto others," and it's a guy just getting creamed into the boards. A lot of good stuff. We had a picture of the team, and the headline was "More Teeth Than You'd Think." Great stuff. So Esposito liked me. We also had signs when he'd come to the agency. We had these placards on an easel, and one of them was Paradigm Communications welcomes the man who wrote the book on hockey. And the visual was an NHL record book. And it said, rewrote it anyway. So he loved us. I get to this fan event, and I had a date with me. And who walks out right when we entered the place? Who's right out in front? He was doing something else. Phil Esposito. He takes me under his wing and made me look so incredibly cool in front of this girl. It was, oh, God, he was the best wingman ever. He was just like, hey, Tommy, how you doing, buddy? Hey, you know, this young lady, this guy, we would be nothing without him. You know what I'm saying? He's a genius. He takes us everywhere, took us up into the bar, got us some drinks. Then we go by the fan shop. Gets off the rack, pulls this off for me, gets her one, puts her name on the back with the number. Oh. I will leave it to your vivid imagination as to what happened later that evening. I mean, he was, come on. Phil Esposito. And I have to explain to her who Phil Esposito is. I'm going, well, he's the third leading scorer. I think at the time he was the third leading scorer in NHL history. And talked about the banana stick and everything else. A few stories in sports. LeBron, apparently, his respect for the Nuggets is out of this world. That's what he says. Yankees set a franchise record with 5 homers in one evening tonight. And I'm going to go through the scores first in Major League Baseball, and then I'm going to tell you about something that happened today in Major League Baseball. And it's really sticking in my craw. Morty Vickers says, hence the opening music. Yeah, that's the reason for the porn-esque opening music. Let's go through all the scores and the game's currently underway for you real quickly. And then I'll tell you about this thing that happened. And I'll go on a rant, I'm quite certain, about Major League Baseball officials, umpires. Top of the 9th inning. Phillies are losing to the Mets 7-6. It is the top of the 9th, so J.D. Davis is batting, a runner on first, nobody out for the Mets. Ooh, that runner's now on third with 1 down, and Cano is up at the plate. Bottom of the 7th, the Dodgers putting it to the Rockies 8-2. Right now, bottom of the 7th, man on first for the Rockies. Kemp's at the plate, and he's got a 1-0 count. The Red Sox beat the Marlins today 5-3. The Twins lost to the White Sox 4-3. Angels over the Diamondbacks 7-3. Giants beat the Mariners 6-4. Tampa Bay Rays over the Orioles 3-1. Yankees 10, Blue Jays 7, 5 homers in 1 inning for the Yankees. Pirates beat the Cardinals 5-1. Indians over the Tigers 10-3. The Astros 2-1 over the Rangers. Boy, isn't that the great news? If you go to a Rangers-Astros game, not only do you get to see extremely crappy baseball, you hardly get to see any runs. Last night it was 1-0 Texas. And the Rays over the Orioles 10-6 in that doubleheader. The Rays taking both of those games. So there's your Major League Baseball update. Let's get a quick update on that NFL game. I don't think anything's changed there. So, excuse me, pressed the wrong button. Let's go to our chat room. Morty Vickers says, you're damn right, crazy. LeBron can't even walk off cramps, says Stephanie Lindley. You're a woman after my own heart, Stephanie. You're a woman after my own heart. Now it's 12 minutes left in the fourth quarter. Browns 28, Bengals 16. And here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Minnesota Twins Josh Donaldson managed to get ejected while hitting a home run. Donaldson barked at plate umpire Dan Bellino for the second time in the 6th inning of a 4-3 loss to the Chicago White Sox. With Minnesota trailing 3-2, Bellino called a strike when the 2015 American League MVP checked his swing on a 2-0 pitch from Ronaldo Lopez. Twins manager Rocco Baldelli came out to speak with Bellino, and Donaldson homered down the left field line with the next pitch. After rounding the bases, Donaldson kicked dirt at home plate as he crossed it. Bellino ejected him immediately. And Donaldson, realizing he had missed home plate, returned to the plate to touch it, then argued as he kicked more dirt on it. Donaldson had also argued with Bellino on a 1-1 breaking ball in the first inning that appeared to be high but was called a strike, leading to a strikeout. And, man, come on. Come on. That's an umpire with a case of micro, you know what. Doesn't like being shown up. Doesn't like the batters having opinions about the strike zone. And Donaldson, God bless him, says, okay, call your crappy balls and strikes. I'm going yard. I'm taking this downtown, and now you're not even part of the equation. So he kicks a little dirt on home plate and gets kicked out of the game. What a baby. And these Major League umpires, they're just babies. They know they're untouchable. They know they got a strong union. And so they just get away with murder over and over again. Have you even gone to YouTube and looked at some of the calls that get made? You can't even have your eyes open for some of these calls. We all know Angel Hernandez is the worst umpire on earth, and he just keeps getting to umpire. If he was a player, he'd have been out of the league ages ago. How about the playoff game they had a couple years ago where he gets challenged, 3 times in one game? Every single time he's wrong. Just awful. Morty Vickers says 5 in 1 inning. Oof. 817-522-3948 is the number to call if you care to get in on the spectacular this evening. I'd love to hear your opinion. But Joe West, that big fat tub of goo, he looks like a hog. He makes awful calls and then stares people down with his beady little slit eyes. It's just like, man, you really think you're intimidating people? The only thing you can do is screw with their livelihood. I mean, just continue making awful calls, knowing you're never, ever, ever going to get kicked out. Morty Vickers says, what is this world coming to when everyone, even an umpire, is this sensitive? You don't respect me, you're gone. You remember back in the day, guys used to get in umpires' faces and scream at them, and the guy'd be sitting there with his arms crossed going, yeah. Just letting them blow off steam. Letting them get it out. And he's just sitting there, arms crossed. Yeah, okay, whatever. All right, you done? You done? It's like dating a German girl. You know, you just stand there and let her get it out of her system, and then it's just over. But this nonsense has got to stop somewhere. You know? I love it when the players come out after a game and go, man, that guy shouldn't be allowed to. No. You know, it's just, and Major League Baseball umpires are the worst. By far. The guys in the NFL, they make mistakes. But they don't showboat. They don't, hey, you're not going to talk that way for me. I've seen guys get kicked out or warned of Major League Baseball games, pitchers, for staring at the umpire. Staring. Are you kidding me? By the way, where are these umpires when a guy charges the plate? I mean, when a guy at the plate gets hit, charges the pitcher. Where are they then? They ain't moving. Where's the tough guy then? Morty Vickers says, threw everything but the keg in the locker room on the field, and they would say, hey, calm down or I'm going to have to toss you. Yeah, they'd throw stuff. They do all sorts of crazy business. And now they got the thing where the other umpires keep a guy away from the dummy that made the mistake or the dummy that tried to showboat. Did you see Beltre get kicked out because somebody in the dugout yelled? The guy couldn't even tell who did the yelling, but he kicks him out. There's a million examples. There's tons of YouTube videos on this. There's one guy, what's his name? John Boy, I think is the owner of the YouTube account. He's got isolated ones all over the place. It's just gotten ridiculous, And I'm not saying there's not good umpires out there. There are. But, it's like when they had Ed Hockley in the NFL way past when he should have been doing games because he wore a tight shirt and he had guns. NFL. Hey, dude, you suck. You should have been gone a long time ago. And I'm sorry. and I'm old, so I get to say this. There's a certain age at which those guys got to be done. You know, get some new blood in, get some other people. And this year they got AAA umpires helping out because, again, a bunch of the major league guys went, I don't want to do it during the coronavirus. Where's your tough guy now? You know? Morty Vickers has loved his lip reading reenactments. So good. John Boy, yeah. He does a great job with those lip reading. And he nails it every time. Every single time. He just nails it on the lip reading. But you do the same thing. I mean, it's come on. You know, look. You know, these guys, a 300 hitter fails 7 times out of 10. It's not like they're not used to striking out. It's not like they're not used to getting out. And I don't think any of these guys minds anything if it's consistent. Even a couple inches different. If it's inside on the plate, if it's outside on the plate, if it's, you know, okay. If it's reasonable, they're going to be mad. They're going to be ticked off because they're competitors. But when it is just so obvious that it's just insane, they got it right. They got it right. And back in the day, the umpire would just let them yell and scream, and that'd be it. You know, that guys got kicked out. I'm not saying they didn't. You know, after a prolonged, you know, maybe it's a 4-game series and they've caught it a couple of games in a row or whatever. But man, oh man, kicking dirt on home plate after you jack one out of the yard, that's lame. That's just lame. Something's got to be done about it. And Joe West, the sooner he's out of baseball, the better. Let me see if I can find this article. Because that got Country Joe West. Oh, he's not going to take that. Hey, yeah, you're going to take it. Yeah, you're going to take it, Country Joe. Why would an adult let themselves be called that to begin with? You know, I'm Country Joe West. I'm not going to listen. Hillbilly. That's just another way of saying it, is hillbilly. It's kind of the way I say it. It's Country Joe Hillbilly. Man, oh man, this thing is screwing up tonight like crazy. My trusty helper here. Let's see if that article's still up, because it's just, okay, update. No change in the Browns and Bengals, 28-16. Now there's 8 minutes left. And Lightning and Islanders, just like last night, man. 1-1, 7:50 left in overtime. Morty Vickers is devil's advocate. Ball players are prima donnas lately. Yeah, they are. Bryce Harper's a clown. Just a clown. He's super sensitive, you know? Oh, by the way, playoff update from the WNBA. You thought I was going to read it. That's very good. Oh, man, that's good. I tell you what. Oh, sorry. I just... Yeah. Actually, it wasn't even close. I'll go ahead and read it. I don't make fun of the WNBA, because it's a woman's sport. I make fun of it because it's unwatchable. Women's college? Yeah, I'll watch that. WNBA? No. The Sun beat the Sparks 73-59. Not even close. Not even close. Not very much scoring. Like I always say, if I want to see a WNBA game, I'll watch 3/4 of an NBA game and slow it to half speed. And imagine a lot more mistakes is another thing I'll do. What's we got here? Burnley and Sheffield United tied today. Brighton 4, Portsmouth 0. Stoke upsetting Wolves. You believe that? Let's see here. I'm trying to find that Country Joe West story. They probably took it down. It was up a couple days ago. Like, I keep scrolling. It's not there. Maybe he's so heavy it just fell through the web page. I got 1 million of them tonight, folks. 1 million of them. Let me see here. Yeah, this game's pretty much over. It's a 2-score game. Browns got the ball right now. Oh, wait, the Bengals got the ball right now. They got the ball back. Way to go. Way to go, Bengals. You got the ball. I guess we can check out and see how the Mayfield-Burrow battle is going. Burrow is 25 of 42 for 228 yards and a touchdown. He's been sacked 3 times for 31 yards. Mayfield is only 16 out of 23, but he has thrown for 219 yards, 2 touchdowns, and a pick. He has not been sacked. So there you go. Mixon tonight, 16 carries, 46 yards. His longest rush was 9. So if you take that 9 out of the mix, he's 15 rushes for 37 yards. Not the greatest average. Odell Beckham caught a touchdown pass, by the way. So this thing will be over shortly. 7:23 left. And that's about that. Let's go back to Major League Baseball and update those 2 scores that haven't been completed yet. Bottom of the 9th, Mets 10, Phillies 6. 1 down in the bottom of the 9th. In the top of the 8th, the Dodgers still holding on to that 8-2 lead. Nobody out, nobody on. So we'll keep you up to date there. Why don't we get to the playoff picture in Major League Baseball? Morty Vickers says, I can't watch WNBA, but I watch a lot more softball than Major League Baseball. He also says 47-yarder. I think it might have been a 43-yarder, but don't hold me to that. But I'm pretty sure it was. Here's your magic numbers to clinch playoff spots in the National League. Magic number for the Padres is 5. Magic number for the Cubs is 7. Braves 8. Marlins 12. Reds 12. Giants 12. Phillies 13. In the American League, the A's have a magic number of 2. The Twins have a magic number of 2. Yankees 4. Indians 6. Blue Jays 7. Astros 8. And, of course, the White Sox have also clinched in the American League. The Dodgers have clinched in the National League. If the season of the playoffs were to start right this second, your top 4 seeds in the American League are the White Sox, the Rays, the Athletics, and the Twins. Your top 4 seeds in the National League are Dodgers, Cubs, Braves, and Padres in that order. So those would be the teams getting the full home field advantage in a best of 3 at their place. So there you go there. There's your Major League Baseball there. 817-522-3948 if you care to give us a call. We will listen to you. The Lightning have won. They have won the Eastern Conference, scoring in the overtime, beating the Islanders 2-1. Let's go ahead and see maybe who got that goal. Gamecast, play-by-play. I don't care about the play-by-play. Cirelli scored for the Lightning, and also Hedman. I don't know which one scored the game winner. Let's see if it'll tell me here. It does not. Vasilevsky, with 26 saves. And Varlamov did his part, 46 save. Morty says, crazy season. Can you even call it a season? You know, really? Cirelli scored that game-winning goal, by the way, 13-18 in overtime. You know, here's the deal about this season. I know a lot of people didn't like it. I know it was crazy. But all the games mattered. The season was over pretty quick. That 162-game season, I could do with an 81-game season. I really could. That's my objection to Major League Baseball. It's just too darn many games. And by 2 months left, half the teams are mathematically eliminated. So why even watch? But I'm not a baseball purist like on the Ken Burns baseball documentary. I do have all 10 discs, all 10 CDs on that. And those people, some of those people, the way they talk about baseball, it's like they're talking about Jesus Christ. I mean, it's just, oh, Jesus, baseball. Let's just tap the brakes on that a little bit, shall we? Shall we? Can we please? Let's check out the NHL and see what that playoff schedule is going to be like coming up for the Lightning. And all right, the schedule. Here we go. Morty Vickers says that's true. Yeah, it was. Look, if you're really into baseball, I don't want to mess up your stuff. If that's the way they're going to do it, man, enjoy it. Have a good time with it. But I'm also not going to say this season was kind of refreshing. It was kind of cool like that, you know. No games scheduled in the NHL through the 23rd of September. So I'll update you next week on what's going on there. They're probably just waiting to see which team won. And, yeah, that's got to be it because there ain't nothing scheduled through next week. So there you are. And they're going to play Dallas, by the way. So Dallas and the Lightning. Man, I'm torn in half because I lived in Dallas and I like the Stars, but I love my Lightning. Morty Vickers says it takes him back to high school seasons where every game counts. Yeah, it was nice to see that. And by the way, even now, there's a ton of teams still in it. And there's, 10 games left? 9 games left for most teams? So that ain't bad either. There you are on that. Let's see. Bengals have come back a little bit. It's 28-23. 5 minutes, well, actually closer to 6 minutes left. And it doesn't tell me who got the ball, man. It don't tell me who got the ball, man. Let me see here if I can figure this out in the box score. Morty Vickers had never thought of it that way. What do you mean? Never thought of it what way? I don't know I'm not that smart. Let's see. Got a scoring summary here for me somewhere, folks. Burrow's thrown for 2 touchdowns. He's thrown 2 touchdowns. Come on. Let's see if the play-by-play will tell me. Bengals score 14 plays, 83 yards. Touchdown. Come on now. Tell me about the touchdown. There we go. Here we go. All right. Here we go. No huddle shotgun. Burrow pass short right to Thomas for 4 yards. Extra point, good. So, that means they've kicked off to the Browns. Chubb, left guard, for 26 yards. He gashed him for 26 yards. Oh, man. Things not looking good for the Bengals. Cleveland's got the ball. Cleveland be having the ball. 817-522-3948. Get your sports call in and enjoy the sports. Yeah. I just don't understand. Saquon Barkley is using Tiki Barber's criticism as a challenge. I don't understand that. Barber said Saquon Barkley might not be an every down back. He cannot pass protect. It's becoming glaring, and it's going to be a liability. Recognition is 1, and 2, you got to hit a dude. It's like, shut up, Tiki. Yeah, he struggles with pass protection. I don't think they're paying him to pass protect. I really don't. I really do not. By the way, you don't want to be around when a guy named Saquon and a guy named Tiki get into it. It's like a fight in The Lion King or something. It's not even a... I don't know. All right. Let's see about those Major League Baseball games again real quick because we're running out of sports. The Yankees did beat the Phillies 10-6. Top of the 8th, the Dodgers have had another run. And it's LA 9, Colorado 2. Man on first, 2 outs. So, anybody got any sports questions? Ask me. Or they've got any sports observations? I'd love to hear from you. Morty Vickers says, who you got for the pickleball championship this year, Tom? Lady that works at the flower shop against a guy who rotates tires or something. I mean, it's not going to be anybody athletic. I'll put it to you that way. I don't know. I know who I've got in the beat you to death telling you about their pickleball challenge, and that is everybody who plays pickleball ties for first. I coach soccer, and for part of the year we have indoor soccer. And our indoor soccer session immediately followed the pickleball session. So I would have to get there early and, get things set up and make sure everything was cool. I want to be there when the players get there. And the pickleballers would be taking their stuff down. And, man, they just had to come over and tell me about pickleball. And they had to try and recruit me into playing pickleball. And I'm like, no, I don't think I'll be playing any pickleball. Why not? Well, 2 reasons. I have a mirror in my bathroom, and I have to be able to look myself in the face. And number 2 kind of relates to number 1, which is self-respect. Morty Vickers says, Bocce Ball League is starting up soon, right? I don't know. I kind of consider Bocce Ball more worthy than pickleball. I'm not saying a lot more worthy, but I am saying because Bocce Ball, you're not able to buy the ball in the toy aisle at a CVS. And pickleball, I think you can. Pretty sure you can. I like how they try to make the pickleball sound more exciting by describing the equipment. Oh, it's made of a composite plastic polymer. Yeah, it's a wiffle ball. I'm sorry. It's a wiffle ball. Anyway. Yeah, why don't we all get out our puffer kites, get a big bag of 200 army men, start a sport. Morty Vickers says, and real talk, what are the damn rules for cricket? I'm lost, but it looks like they all know what's going on. Well, I happen to know the rules for cricket, but it wouldn't, if I told you the rules, it wouldn't help. It wouldn't help. It wouldn't. I do kind of dig a couple of things about cricket. When I lived in St. Louis, the soccer fields, the outdoor soccer fields that I played on, were immediately adjacent. You had to walk by the cricket to get to them. And I got to give it to these dudes, man. Middle of summer, they're wearing these long wool pants and shirts. And they start before we get there, and it's still going on when we leave. Yeah, you can stay and watch another game or two in soccer, and they're still playing cricket. And the other thing is, when they have a break in cricket, they drink hot tea. There's a tea service set out there, and they pour boiling hot tea. And it's 100 and some degrees in St. Louis and humid. I had to give it up for that, Somebody taught me how to throw a googly one time. I don't know if that impresses anyone, but I learned how to throw a googly. But Morty, you asked, and here we go. We're going to go through some cricket rules. You asked. This is the Sports Spectacular. So, here you go. Oh, this is how to teach cricket to kids and beginners. Well, I guess I've found my article, haven't I? I guess I've found my article. Okay, here we go. Cricket. No, stop it. Cricket is played between 2 teams made up of 11 players. Games comprise of at least one innings where each team will take turns in batting and fielding/bowling. I think bowling is what they call pitching. The fielding team will have a bowler bowl the ball to the batsman who tries to hit it with their bat. It's similar to baseball, pitcher, batter. The fielding team tries to get the batsman out in the following ways. Hitting the wickets with the ball when bowling. Now, have you seen those 3 sticks behind the batter? Kind of where a catcher would be? Those are called the wickets. And if you hit those, you can get the guy out, meaning he missed the ball. And you hit the wickets. If you throw and miss the wickets and he doesn't hit it, he's not out. Catching a batsman's shot on the full, that's a fly ball. That's without it hitting the ground. Hitting the batsman's leg in front of the wicket, I don't know what that means. I guess he gets to dodge out of the way, right? Or hitting the wickets before the batsman can run to the other end of the pitch. So it's like pitcher's hand. If a guy's running and you can throw the ball and hit those wickets, he's out. The batsman try to score as many runs as possible before getting out by the following methods. Hitting the ball and running between the wickets and making it to the other end before fielders can field or hit the wickets with the ball. Each time you run one full length of the pitch, which is the field, it equals 1 run. Hitting the ball to the boundary along the ground is 4 runs. That's if you hit it like a grounder that goes all the way out to that big circle that's out in the field. That's 4 runs. Hitting the ball over the boundary home run style is 6 runs. The fielding team must get 10 batsmen out before they can change over and start batting. The aim of the game is to score as many runs as possible before the fielding team takes 10 wickets. The team with the most runs wins. There you go. There you go. There's your cricket rules. Happy? I told you it wouldn't make any difference. I told you would hear the rules and go, what? I don't understand what that is. I'm the same way. Man, I sat and watched the game. I still don't know what the hell I saw. I don't. I wish I did. Now, I can tell you all the rules of Australian rules football. I love that game. Good Lord, I love Australian rules football. That is a fun thing to watch. And they used to have it all the time when ESPN was new. They don't have it quite so much anymore. I know there's places you can see it. But back in the day, before ESPN was what it is now, Australian rules football was on all the time. Stephanie Lindley says, I'd rather play Quidditch while riding a Nimbus 2000 like on Harry Potter than play cricket. Too many rules for me. Pompous gentleman's sport. Well, yes and no. Because India and Pakistan are the big teams. But Morty Vickers says, thanks, Tom. I know slightly more and slightly less now. Morty says rugby. Those rules are pretty simple for the most part. I kind of enjoy rugby. Sometimes it gets too bogged down in the scrum for me, but whatever. I do enjoy it sometimes. I like it when it's wide open. I don't care for the, bogged down. Don't like that. Oh, wait a minute. See how our football game's coming along. Hold on here. Check that Dodger score. Morty Vickers says, hot tea ruined it for me. Yeah, man, I couldn't believe it. They'd just be gulping down this hot tea. I'd be like, dude, that's... bottom of the 8th, Dodgers up 10-3 now. 2 outs, nobody on for the Rockies. Rugby players are tough some guns. Cleveland scored again, so now it's 35-23 at the 2-minute warning. So turn out the lights, the party's over. Yeah, that's all over with. It's all over with. There's something crazy happens. There was, I think, some NFL news of note today. Whoops-a-daisy. Come on. The Chargers center, Pouncey, having season-ending surgery. Chiefs are concerned by their goal line rushing. It's like, you guys score so many points, I don't think it matters. Sean McVay says to expect a deal for Woods, their wide receiver, very shortly. So there you are. I agreed, Man of Steel merch. That's about it. Belichick's mom died. Belichick was quoted as saying, "Yeah, it was a real tough break. Now on to Cleveland." He was really broken up. Yeah, I guess we're having a funeral. And that's about all I can tell you about it. How do you like my sweatshirt hoodie with the sleeves cut off? I'm a real fashion plate. So there you are. Not a whole lot coming out of the NFL today. What'd you expect? It's Thursday. Maybe some more right before game time. And that's about it. Any other sports you guys want to know about? I'll be happy to tell you. Come on now. This PDA will respond to me. Minute 26 left. Still 35-23. This game's coming to a close. And so, yeah, the Heat up 2-0. Real tight games. I can't say for sure Boston won't come back, but boy, they got a tough road ahead of them. And like I said, Anthony Cirelli scored that overtime winner to send the Lightning to the Stanley Cup Finals. Oh, yeah. Sending them to the finals. Stephen A. Smith doesn't think Eric Reed's getting blackballed by the NFL. Man, that's just not wanting to know. Not wanting to know. Inside the secret dinner that set LeBron's Lakers on course. Oh, that must have been some dinner. Oh, boy. What a bunch of hooey. I mean that. There, I said it. Hooey. Absolute hooey. And now Stephen Smith is asking, did the Clippers' loss let LeBron off the hook? Well, we really won't know that until, the Nuggets could beat him for all we know. I wouldn't bet on it, but they could. They just could. I'm just trying to check. Those of you interested in the UFC, there's quite a schedule coming up. Covington's taking on Woodley, I think, in the main event. I don't know what else is happening. I have heard from my UFC friends that it's going to be a big night. We'll go through that lineup here in just a second. Morty Vickers says you should post your number in the comments so you can just click on it if people are on their phone. It's on the screen. I didn't know I could do that. Here, I'll post it. I'll do that for you. Didn't know that was a thing. There you go. There's the number. Covington taking on Woodley. Covington's got a height advantage. They both weigh the same. Reach advantage goes to Woodley. Cerrone taking on Price in match number 2. Chimaev is going against Mearshart in the next one. Walker and Span. Ladies match, Dern and Marcos. And then Holland and Stewart. In the prelims, Espinoza, Dvorak. Bektic and Jackson. Ladies match, Bueno Silva taking on Romero Barella. Another ladies match, Clark Alper. Newson and Costa. Ewell and Rivera. Minner and Laramie. And Nam and Rivera. So there's your lineup for Fight Night on Saturday. There you are. Main card starts at 6 p.m. Mountain Time. The prelims at 3 o'clock Mountain Time. Both of those on ESPN+. Stephanie Lindley, he says it doesn't work. Well, see, I know. Stephanie Lindley says, I'm a kayaker. I have taken on Class 4 rapids. I have gone over a 4 to 6 foot waterfall by myself. I also like to fish from my kayak. Do you consider that a sport? Oh, yeah. The kayaking in the Olympics, I love watching that. And yeah, that's definitely a sport. You can't buy a kayak in the toy aisle at CVS. That's a serious piece of equipment. I've been kayaking. It was on a river, and I enjoyed it quite a bit, man. It was awesome through the rapids. And then there was a very, very, very long stretch of just calm water, that it was a good workout. Morty Vickers says, I follow a few YouTubers that do sea-doo fishing, and it's badass. Stephanie Lindley says, Class 4 rapids are exhilarating. I've also dabbled in rock climbing and waterfall climbing. Well, the kayaking we don't have a problem with, Stephanie, but as you know, on the Tom Gulley Show, Monday through Friday, 4 p.m. Pacific, 7 p.m. Eastern, the non-sports show, we talk a lot about people that plummet, that are rock climbing and waterfall climbing. A lot of plummeting goes on there. And they always say the same thing about him. Always. He was an experienced climber. It's considered extreme sports. It's considered you can die from it. I played in over 1,000 soccer matches. I never feared for my life once. If I was on one of those rocks, I would be the whole time, shaking like a leaf. Wouldn't even be funny. Wonder if we got a final on that NFL. Bet you we do now. I bet you that one's all over but the shouting. But yeah, man, if you dig it, do it. If you dig it, do it. I got no dog in that fight. Come on. It's really chapping me, this PDA I got here. This, oh, come on. This stupid iPad. iPad is a toy computer. I don't really consider it. Morty Vickers says, how many people died after their 1,000th jump out of a plane? How about those people that went down, those skydivers, their plane crashed and they all died? I'm thinking, the first sign of trouble, I can see a way out of this, fellas. We are, after all, parachuting out of a plane. Maybe if we jumped out of this thing, we'd have a chance. It's 35-30. Browns leading. 37 seconds left, and they have the ball. So I'm going to assume they're in victory formation. And there you are. That's about it for that. Get to that Major League Baseball score again. And then we're going to have to tie this baby up because I've run out of sports. Bottom of the ninth, 9-3, Dodgers, nobody out. Well, we all know where that's going. Oh, here you go. Cards Hudson leaves start with elbow tightness. Morty Vickers says, dishes are done, man. St. Louis Cardinals right-hander Dakota Hudson left his start Thursday night after 2 innings because of right elbow tightness. Aww. Hudson did not allow a run while walking 2 and giving up 1 hit against the Pirates. He's 3-2 with a 2.77 ERA and 8 starts. X-rays were negative, but Hudson will undergo imaging test Friday. On a related note, another pitcher didn't make his start because he had a stomach ache. Anyway, Stephanie Lindley says, I've flown a plane once. I would need incentive to jump from a perfectly good plane, though. Dish Tetris is exhilarating, says Stephanie Lindley. Yeah, you don't want that avalanche. You definitely don't want that avalanche. At any rate, that's all the sports we've got for you here this evening. And I think that's going to do it for the Sports Spectacular. I'd like to thank Morty and Stephanie for showing up. We'll start getting some more people in here. We'll start getting some callers in here. We're just getting going, and the sports can only get more spectacular. That's going to do it for us tonight. I think I'll just play myself out with my new theme song for the Sports Spectacular. And that means till next time, we'll see you next time. Oh, wait a minute. No, I got to start it at the beginning. Hold on. Oh, man, I did the thing. I always hate it when I do it. Oh, here we go. Till next time, we'll see you next time. How about that? Take her easy.